Okay, so it took me a ridiculously long time to figure out how to put this bullshit video together, but anyway, here is a diagram of this cabinet set. Each of those doors has its own little letter and its own set of hardware, so that got taken apart and the hardware got put in a little plastic baggie with its own letter on it so that all the hardware could come back onto the original door. Some of the hardware was not original actually, it was crappy hardware and we had to replace it. But anyway, the obsessive compulsive thing was there to begin with. So here's the room coming into the space. It's Gordon Square area in Cleveland, which is an historic district. There are these columns here coming into the dining room area. This is all oak. This is oak beams up at the top, oak columns, and some nice little oak things on the bottom. And the window casements and door casements are all oak. So if we can get it down to bare wood, it'll look really, really nice. As it is, we've got all this dark ass varnish on it and it looks like poop. I mean literally pretty much like poop. There is a grid of beams on the ceiling here that you can't quite see. I did not get a clear shot of it, stupid me, but it kind of makes it has a Tudor look to it because it's even darker, and the varnish is all bubbly and you can see that kind of stuff. So we're going to take that off, I think with a heat gun. The client here has a heat gun that they want used, so that's how we've pretty much been doing this. Taking that first bit of varnish off with a heat gun, and it's basically like scraping a thin layer of plastic off and burning plastic onto your spatula. You can see that nice gap there, that huge chipped out section of that wood, those big wide planks in the back of the bookcase. I think we're going to just try covering that over. I don't want to have to cut it out if I don't have to. I'd like to be able to remake these shelves because look how thin those are. Those are very thin. It's got a notched old style system in there, but with no reinforcement. Nobody reinforced this against the grain, so that as it over the years it got wet and whatever, and it just bowed and it rocks back and forth, and these are all really flimsy and they're misshapen. This thing is old. This set of stuff has been in here since the 1900s. We're finding postcards in this thing while we're cleaning it out from 1908, 1910, lots and lots of other things, little combs and pencils and drawers where the slides and supports are all kind of gone and the drawers are ugly because they've been around for so long. I'd like to reface those doors. I don't think we have the budget, and I don't think the client wants to take the time for it, but I'm just going to try and polish this turd up as best I can. In the meantime, bring it down to bare wood, chamfer these edges, take out the names that people had carved into that where you can't see it anymore, and the cigarette burns. Make sure those edges are smooth and they're not sharp anymore, and smooth it all down. Gets down to a 150 grit at least, and then put everything back on. Take it down to a final polish of 220, and then stain it. They don't really want to mess anything too much with the insides of these cabinets, but there's lots of dead cockroaches and lots of poop, so I just have been cleaning this out as best I can. And then just getting some light sanding down and getting some linseed oil on that. And that's been reviving those inside sections actually pretty well. And it's helped dissolve some of that varnish and goop and stuff like that too. So it's been okay for cleaning that up. They're all panel cabinets, so this is a bad example, but the other ones are much nicer. They actually have little molding around the edges where this one doesn't. It looks like these have actually been sort of replaced with some kind of plywood in there instead of what was in there originally. But the mortise and tenon joints are all pretty much originally there, and it's got its label. It's going to be tough to get inside those cracks, but this is basically the project. This is what we have to work with, and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of sanding pretty much, and that's pretty much it.